Hello, my loves. I'm here with your weekly pick a card reading. If you don't know how this works, take a moment to see which set of cards resonates with you or that you're most drawn to, and that will be your reading. You can choose from set number one, represented by the blue goldstone here. And this doesn't show up as pretty. Look at that. It's super sparkly. The lighting's horrible. But anyway, there it goes. Super sparkly. Set number two, represented by this beautiful citrine, and set number three, represented by hematite. I was really drawn to crystals for like grounding and intuition, healing, protection, and confidence this week, and I was drawn to using these green cards, which are the Good Tarot, which is a non-reversal tarot deck, because I felt like we needed just a little more, hopefully that we get a little more gentleness in the readings. I just feel like we need it this week. We also have Mercury retrograde going on. It's just started, and you always hear all the negatives about Mercury retrograde, about, car troubles, don't do any contracts, don't start anything new, but nobody ever talks about the fact that it's a good time to really reach inward and get in touch with your spiritual side, get in touch with your intuition, release negative habits, release, old energies, even around the house, decluttering, cleaning things up, finishing projects, and, fixing things that are broken, and releasing toxic things, people from your life. So it's a good thing to think about this week as we get started. So we're going to get going with set number one. Let me just move these guys out of the way. All right, let's see what we've got. We have Keepers of the Earth, and I'll read that to you in a moment. Do this first. The Six of Cups, beautiful. Ace of Water, absolutely lovely. And the Ten of Earth, really nice energy this week. Let me read this off to you. It says, Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Excellent. So, it is what it says. You're not alone. Even when we feel like we're physically alone, there's no people around us, especially right now, because a lot of us are still, feeling fairly isolated. To try to remember that you are a culmination of everybody that has come before you and everyone who has succeeded and loved before you. And while I realize that we all have different spiritual and religious beliefs, many of us do believe that, our loved ones who have passed on and, those that we've never met, that they are aware of us and that they are around us, in form of spirit guides, angels, however you choose to view that. But they're here for us, and, they're about acknowledging the work that you have done so far, and they're proud of you for the work that you have done so far, and they invite you to be proud of yourself. Additionally, to lean on your spirit side for support. So you can be leaning on your ancestors and those who have come before you. You could be leaning on spirit guides, spirit animals, or, if you're different, like if you're very religious, maybe saints or, God, Jesus, however you view it, lean on that spiritual side. Additionally, getting that support from people around you, reaching out, asking for support, whether it's, help with work, help with finances, help with, if you're struggling emotionally or mentally, being willing to see yourself as somebody who deserves to be loved and somebody who deserves to have help and deserves to be supported in your endeavors. But it speaks very positively about work that you have done and who you are and everything that you've done to get yourself to this point. Even if you feel like right now that you're not where you want to be, you've still been moving forward all throughout your life. You still survive things. You still have had successes, and you've had failures, and you've learned from them. So it's all about acknowledging that. We have beautiful, just linking of the past, the present, and the future here. We've got the Six of Cups, which is, sort of nostalgic, and it talks about, and what I really feel for you here is not so much being like thinking, well, yeah, thinking of the past, but when you're feeling stressed and when you're feeling overwhelmed and when you've got a lot of work to do, sometimes it helps to take a moment to kind of break free of that, or just, mentally just like shut it down for a moment and like depart from that, and to think about things in the past that have helped you and that have made you feel happy, that have made you feel whole, and to just allow yourself to be in those old moments and to feel those old moments where you were happy and where you were feeling lighter. And, it's not about revisiting them to nitpick them. It's just going back to feel like those happy feelings. Some of you are going to have people that you haven't really heard from in a while. People from your past that are going to, show up, or their influence is going to show up. You might think of them and remember something that they said or did in a positive way to help you and to impact you positively and to provide you with some support right now. We have a beginning, just like beginning and ending energy here, just like a beautiful swirl, and this energy is just kind of like flowing so nicely. We got the Ten of Earth, which is abundance and success, and hard work paying off, as well as you looking towards the future. You are taking the success that you've had, or the success that you want, and using that to plan for the future. So for those of you blessed with abundance, it's not about like spending it all, unless you want to spend it on me, but it's not about like spending it all and blowing your money and using up all of your material resources. It's about utilizing that to provide for yourself and your family in the future. But, there's a lot of secure, stable energy with the Ten of Earth. And then with the Ace of Water, that's like new beginnings. And there's a lot of like newness and happiness and joy coming from an emotional side. For some of you, there's some love stuff going on, and for another little group of you, somebody from the past showing back up that you've had, like feelings for, and something new blossoming out of that. But I also see for a lot of you, something new coming with your career and with the work that you do. So whether it's new ideas or a new project that you are thinking of pitching, or even like going for a new job, that energy is around you right now. So it's about being aware of it. Through all of this, you really want to be in touch with yourself and your intuition, taking things slow. No fast moving energy here, and I know a lot of you got some slow energy last week as well. So this is this energy is here for you, but it's not like very fast energy. It's kind of like slow, methodical. You're just going with the flow right now, but allowing yourself to be supported, allowing yourself to be proud of yourself and the work that you want to do, and just feeling guided. I wanted to say feeling love, but instead feeling guided came in a lot stronger. So however that is looking for you, whether it's feeling spiritually guided or working with people in the physical world, accepting that guidance. But really beautiful energy here, a nice cycle, new beginnings, got some healing flow going on as well. So absolutely beautiful. So that was a good one to start with. All right, let's start off with set number 2. Those of you who picked the citrine quartz. All right, we have got Starseed. What lights you up? The moon in reverse. Okay. Interesting. The Hierophant. How beautiful that card is. And the Three of Air. Okay, so the Three of Air is the Three of Swords in traditional tarot. And I feel like people get very scared of the Three of Swords, but let's not be. Starseed, I already read it, but it says, what lights you up? And we're thinking on a spiritual level. There's a lot of spirit going on here, a lot of spirit, especially with this Hierophant, and especially in this deck. This Hierophant is very spiritual. But think about it, like, what really gets your soul like going, like what brings you like that sort of spiritual joy? Have you been in touch with that? Have you been neglecting your spiritual side? I almost feel like there has been a neglect of your spiritual side, and that you've also been neglecting your intuition. With the Three of Air, there's a need to release things, and it's not always easy to release because it can be painful, and it can, it's something that sometimes we want to put off, something that we don't want to acknowledge. And I feel like there's been, in the recent past, you have kind of avoided the acknowledgement of, something is wrong, something needs to end, something needs to be released. There's been a need to be okay with what's gone wrong, if that makes sense, and to allow yourself to really feel how you feel. If you're feeling grief, loneliness, heartbreak, it's allowing yourself to really feel that and to not avoid it and not push it away. Because when you like smash that down and you try to like, stuff it inside and you don't let it out, it's just gonna wait until there's another opportunity for it to come out, and it won't be a good time for like those emotions to release. So taking time with yourself and thinking about like what's hurt you recently, what's caused you a bit of grief and heartache recently, and allowing those feelings to wash over you so that you can then release them. It's like I say often, it's acknowledging the feelings that you have, saying thank you for everything that they have taught you, and then letting them go. But some of you are dealing with rejection, and I think that your intuition was trying to tell you something was up, and I feel like you kind of pushed it aside and you weren't really trusting those gut feelings. And now you're dealing with the result of that. Something's hit you a little bit harder because for whatever reason, you just weren't feeling safe enough to listen to your intuition. You were trying to like deny what was happening, and there's like a rejection that comes with that. And right now it hurts, but it's a blessing, I guess a blessing in disguise. It's something that you need to feel and see. It's something that you needed to have happen in order for you to be able to move on towards something better. But here I feel that this is, me, like I feel that sense of like disconnect from your intuition, but you're coming out of it. It's about right now being willing to see things for how they are and not being in denial right now. There's a few of you, very few of you, but I want to mention this, that there's a breakup going on with somebody else in the picture, and I think you knew what was going on, but you kind of didn't want to acknowledge it, and now it's here, and the big climax and breakup has happened. So I think it's taught you to really trust yourself and trust in yourself. And I think for a few of you too, this is like there's like a sense of a job related thing, like some sort of issue at work as well, where like you should have been trusting your gut but you didn't, and now you're kind of dealing with a little bit of fallout from that. And there's no judgment in that, and that's not anything wrong. We're human. This is what we tend to do. We don't want to deal with the icky emotions. We don't have time to deal with the icky emotions, but this is saying to you right now, deal with the icky emotions and use your spirit side to really help guide you through. Some of you are going to find yourself with somebody who is actually going to help you in that way spiritually. So this could be somebody like me, if you're going for like another tarot reader, another intuitive, for some of you like a religious leader or a spiritual leader, like you're a high priestess, or the priest at your church or the pastor at your church. even like a therapist who's going to kind of help you heal emotionally. But you really want to pay attention to that spiritual side of yourself and trust it and get back into connection with your intuition. Allow yourself to release a lot of those feels right now. Again, we're in that Mercury retrograde time, so this is a great time to acknowledge the icky things that have happened and those icky emotions, and to let yourself heal with help, especially with like spiritual help, but allow yourself to heal and find yourself a little more emotional and spiritual joy, releasing the negativity and releasing the pain, releasing grief and rejection. Okay, so spirit and intuition and release, let yourself feel and let yourself let go. Alrighty, I think these are a very beautiful set of cards for you guys this week. See, the Three of Swords isn't this week. It's not scary. All right. Set number 3, we have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. We have Judgment in reverse. The Chariot. Chariot is like, no, we don't want Judgment in reverse. Nice. And the Fool. Wow. Y'all just need to trust in yourself. Seriously. You just need to trust in yourself. All 3 groups today. This is believing in yourself and being spiritually guided and trusting in your intuition, trusting your gut. This Judgment card in reverse, I feel like a lot of you missed opportunities recently. And I think for a lot, it's come from like the sense of self-doubt. And some of that self-doubt has been because of experiences that you've had a lot. Well, I mean, that's usually the thing. Your self-doubt comes from bad experiences that you've had. It comes from, people telling you untruths about yourself. But, when you get into that mindset and you're doubting yourself and you're judging yourself and you're being harshly judging yourself and even other people, it kind of brings you down. It kind of brings your vibration down, so to speak. And when you're in that mindset, you're kind of not really seeing and feeling everything that's going on around you, and opportunities are there for you, but you miss them. Or you're too afraid to make that leap and to reach out to those opportunities and to take them. But there's a sense of like your higher self right now, especially with like the 2 of these cards together. Your higher self is calling out to you. Something way better than what you're feeling right now. And it's calling out to you and really wants you to kind of like remember who you want to be, and remember who you are, because it is who you are. This is something that you have within you. You've just been out of touch with it recently. And, it's time to rise up out of that. Let's put this Judgment in the upright position, and you can see like all these beautiful birds, they are rising up, and you're being called. And for you, this is an inner calling, and it's about meeting that inner calling and, looking around at the opportunities around you and letting your intuition and your spirit side guide you. That you have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy right here with the Chariot and the Fool. And I also want to point out, you have 3 major arcana cards. So something major is going on in your life. Something major is coming. Some like destined type of events. And so you want to meet that with like a higher vibration. I'm not even like the type that really speaks like this about like higher vibrations, but that's like what is just pinging in my brain right now. So I'm letting it out. But, the Chariot is just beautiful, victorious energy, and it's moving forward, right? And with the Fool, it's about taking that leap of faith. it's a very cliche way to look at the Fool, but it is. It's taking a leap of faith. And you're taking that leap of faith. You're able to answer that call. You're able to reverse this energy here and listen to your inner calling because you're trusting in yourself. You're believing in yourself. And this moment here might seem scary, and it might seem like it how can it work out? It just doesn't seem like it can work out. It's something that you want to do. It's something that you feel so drawn to, something that you feel destined for, but you've been hesitant with this right here. You've been hesitant to let it happen because you've been worried. You've been doubtful. You've had people around you who have planted those seeds of doubt in your mind, and you've experienced things. So, you have reason to feel a little bit apprehensive, because you're human. But now is the time, is what this is saying. Now is the time for you to really take that step. And this is you. This is on you. This is not waiting for somebody to pull you towards something. This is not waiting for someone to pick you up in an Uber and drive you to like that opportunity and put it in your lap. This is coming from within you. This is answering that higher calling and really just trusting in yourself, trusting your intuition, and acknowledging, that high vibe version of yourself. Seriously, I got to tell you, there's a part of me that hates the whole high vibration thing, and I keep saying it here. So obviously it's a big deal for a lot of you, this concept of a higher vibration. It is Mercury retrograde, and when I see the Chariot during Mercury retrograde and other times, but I'm getting this in my mind, y'all, tune up your cars, make sure nothing's broken in your cars. If you can afford it, and you have some repairs to be done, let's just take care of your car. Because you're going to need that to drive you to something really awesome, right? But that was like a little segue. But you are most definitely on a forward trajectory with life. And definitely with, new beginnings that are, surrounding you. Is it going to be tomorrow? No, but this energy is here. Something new has to happen. The other thing too is if you feel like you're constantly resisting this energy and you're feeling stuck here, what's going to happen, like with this Chariot energy, is it's going to force you to that point, kind of fast. And at that point, it's not comfortable. And at that point, you're not always in control, and things can happen a bit too quickly for you. So we want these to work in conjunction with each other, and for you to be taking the reins and you to be the one that's driving this cart and really in control of it, and arriving at your destined location, arriving at your destiny. While you have those reins in your hands, you're the one that's like setting the pace, and you're the one that is consistently moving forward and controlling where you go. But this is like destiny. This is like some soul. This is soul work. This is, your inner calling, and it's about rising up to that, and driving towards it. But you really need to focus on your inner wisdom, your inner guidance, your intuition, your gut. Trust it all, but have faith. And yes, have faith in the world around you, but really have faith in yourself and your own abilities. This new beginning, it wants to be there for you. This new beginning is like a potential for you. So it's just all about taking that leap. It's all about going for it and making the move, answering the call, and seizing that opportunity. All right, so gorgeous, I think beautiful readings for all three sets, thank God, because I know in recent weeks we've had some icky stuff pop up. All right, so I hope that this has resonated with all of you. If you need any clarification, if you have any kind of questions at any point, feel free to reach out to me. If you want your own personal reading, I have my info below for that. But at any point, just feel free to send me a message, send me an email if you want something clarified here at all, if you have any questions. I hope that you are all safe, and I hope that you are all feeling healthy and loved and very, very blessed, and sending you tons and tons of love and blessings. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and I will see you with the next reading. All right, bye-bye.